Thank you for joining us for another movie lingo discussion. I'm Eddie Lingo.
I'm Iris.
And today we're going to be talking about No Escape. You know, I'm so used to more people being on here. I was kind of waiting, like, who else?
I know.
Yeah. I was actually like, oh, wait, I got to talk now. But
We're
anyway.
so lonely today. Like, nobody likes us. I was here. I have a cold. I'm infectious. So nobody's like,
Yeah, I know. You're okay. Just don't get me sick. All right, so it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. So anyway, No Escape with Owen Wilson and Pierce Brosnan is a story about an American family. Owen Wilson and his family, his wife and his two daughters, take on a job in a foreign country, in another country, and right at the moment where there's a coup, a rise against the government, they're angry because Owen Wilson's his company is actually taking over their water company when they were told that they were going to help them clean up their water supply. But the reality of it was they were actually taking it over, and the countrymen didn't like that. So they rose up against the government and everybody, and they were killing all Americans, all foreigners, or anybody associated with them. They already killed the prime minister.
It was the
Yeah,
prime minister.
and so the movie pretty much is just Owen Wilson and his family trying to survive this threat in every direction as they try and get to safety to the
Vietnam border.
to the Vietnam border. Yes. So let's just jump right in there. How'd you feel about the movie?
I really enjoyed the movie. I was on the edge of my seat, like, the whole time, and the best part about it is that the action started fast.
Yes.
You know, you got a brief little preview of, like, oh, the family and how everything's calm and okay.
Yeah.
And as soon as they got to the country the following day, boom, shit went down.
Yeah.
So
I was very appreciative of that.
I really enjoyed it. Like, I was at the edge of my seat the whole time. There were times where I huddled up under my daughter and I was like, oh my God. And she's like, Mom, like, just watch it. Get off.
Just watch it.
I was like, I'm sorry, I'm scared.
Yeah, it was super intense. It was probably like maybe 8 to 10 minutes of setup.
Yeah.
And then it just got right to it, and I loved it.
Yeah, and I appreciated that. Like,
Yeah.
you know, they didn't drag it out like, oh God, when's the action gonna start? Why are you people just talking?
The way it started, I really liked. You know, he went to go get the newspaper, which I found was funny. He wanted a current paper, but they had a paper from 3 days ago. It's like, I don't know how he expects USA Today to be able to just like airdrop today's paper in other countries like that, but whatever.
Yeah.
So especially when it's like almost like a third world country.
No, it's a fourth world country.
Oh, that's what his wife said. She says fourth
It's a
world because
fourth
it was
world
that bad.
I didn't even know there was such thing as a fourth world
That's just
country.
how bad it was.
That's how bad it was.
So, but once he gets the paper, then all of a sudden he's right there in the middle of it. You see the police or the authorities marching with their shields, you know, and then you see all the rebels.
Yeah.
And it's like, he just has this look on his face like, what the fuck did I just walk into? Like, and that was how I felt. Like, I didn't know how it was going to start. And I love the fact that he had to, from that moment, get back to his family because he had no idea if it was happening everywhere else too. And that's how I felt as a father. I was like I wasn't even really worried about the people dying in front of him. I was just like, oh shit, does he know how to get back to the hotel?
Yeah.
Because he had to
the
get
map.
direction to get him to
Yeah.
the newspaper spot. So did he remember how to get back? Was the roads going to be blocked off? All that stuff was I mean, just the way it started, and it just from that moment you realize what kind of movie you're going to get.
Yeah. It was intense.
How about the daughter at the hotel when she?
Oh yeah, in the movie he has two daughters. One I would say she's about like maybe 7 or 8, and the other one's like maybe 10, 11.
Right, yeah.
And the 11-year-old, I swear to goodness, I would have whipped her ass throughout the whole damn movie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there's one part where they literally have to jump from one building to the next. If not, they're going to die. They're literally going to have bullets put in their head. And she's screaming, no, Dad, no. And then she runs off, and then you see her hair fluttering in the background. Tell me why I would have gripped her ass by her hair.
I was thinking the same thing because he almost couldn't catch her. So I would have been like, yeah, get back here. We're gonna die. Like,
yeah, like, and it's like they were trying to sugarcoat things because I know they're children.
Right.
But there's like mass hysteria all over the place. These kids are seeing people having bullets shot through their head, children like them dying in front of them. Yeah. That it's like there's no time to sugarcoat. I mean, yes, they're kids, they're innocent. and this is not something they should see, but you
Right.
know what? It's going on. You need to be realistic. You need to tell them, like, listen, you need to shut the fuck up. You need to do what I tell you, or you're going to get a bullet in your head.
Yes.
It's either you jump or you die.
Right.
Pick one.
He never said that. He just kept saying, if we don't do this, it's going to be worse. They're gonna hurt you a lot more. And for me, I felt like you need to really let her know, like, that's it. You don't do it, you're gonna die.
Yeah, it's like, for that brief moment, it's like, it sucks, you know, she's only like 10, 11, but it's like, for that brief moment, it's like she needed to grow up. You need to be grown right now, just for this brief moment until we get through this. And then you could go back to being Miss Lala, happy field, you know, everything's a fairy tale. But right now, you know, it's real life. You need to move.
Yeah, and when he actually made the wife jump first, which it scared. The way they shot it, every time it looked like it wasn't going to make it.
Yeah, she looked like she was not going to make it. I was like, oh my gosh, she's going to die.
When he threw the first one, it looked like she wasn't going to make it. The camera angle kept making it like she was going to fall just short, but she made it. So the director did a really good job of making it really intense. And his older daughter, because she was clinging to him, you know, because she was too scared. He was smart. He tied her
with the belt.
So
that was really smart. Like, not this time.
Yeah.
Going over to the other building.
She seemed heavy. I was scared she wasn't going to make it either.
She was so lanky. Like, she had such long legs. And I'm like, that's a lot to throw. And, you know, and I could appreciate that shot of where he's throwing his children. And then it's like slight slow motion.
Yes. Because I'm sure.
Like, it keeps you, like, holding your breath. Like,
yeah, I'm sure. If I was in a situation, the fear of this not working out would have made everything slow down for me too. Yeah. So I want to ask you with that, now that we talked about the scene, you know, I mean, I think you made it pretty much clear that if you were in that same situation, would you have handled it any different? Would you have taken that risk, jumped, and let your husband toss?
Yeah, his wife was being pendeja. She was driving me nuts. Like, I can't do it. Like,
right. While people were getting killed 20 feet away.
I don't give a crap. Okay. If I know I have to jump this building, it's either I'm going to get shot and raped. I think that's the most terrible thing a woman could go through, being raped. And then, you know, and then killed. And then killed? Like, are you kidding me? It's like, jumping from one building to the next looks so much more pleasant. Okay? Yeah, definitely. Like, you know, and then, you know, and there's a part where she almost experiences being raped. So it's like, you know, that was hard to watch. Being that woman, I would have contrasted, like, oh my gosh, I just got raped. And I was bitching and moaning about jumping a building. And they almost took my cookies. No.
Let's talk about that scene, though, because I was actually very bothered by the scene.
Yeah,
I know she wanted to help him because he was cornered and he was about to be found, but I don't think that the best response is let myself get captured. You got the kids to worry about. And so she said, Daddy needs help. Don't say anything. She's like, hey. And then they grab her. I'm like, throw a rock or something, make him look a different way, or come maybe try and knock him out. But she just goes, hey, over here. And then they grab her. And now we're in the situation where he comes out because he's like, let her go. And then they grab him. Well, actually, he came out. The gun didn't work.
Yeah, which, let me tell you, their characters were supposed to be from Austin, Texas. I don't give a crap what nobody says. Everyone in Texas owns a gun or a rifle. Like, that's massive farmland. Everybody owns a concealed weapon. So why the fuck don't you know how to use a rifle?
Click.
Okay,
yeah.
I thought that was not realistic. Where he's like, am I supposed to take the safety off? Bro, you're from Texas.
I didn't think that it was a safety thing. I was actually bothered by that because they've been shooting everybody left and right. I don't think the safety was on, so I really don't know what happened there. And I was a little bothered by that myself.
Yeah, it's like, oh, so when the protagonist gets the gun, it don't work.
Yeah, pretty much. It just jammed.
It just
out of
jammed.
all the people they've been killing left and right, and then all of a sudden it just jams.
Yeah, like, I don't know. That I don't know.
But that scene, yeah, then when they hold him down and they make him watch, and then they're, you know, taunting that they're about to rape her, it made things very, very uncomfortable for me.
Yeah, it did, because the children were right there, and you see him opening up his belt. The only thing that didn't make sense to me is the whole first half of the movie, she had pants on, long jeans. How all of a sudden you had a skirt on?
When
No, because when she was on the motorcycle, she still had pants on. So I'm like, where the fuck did the skirt come from? How you went from pants to skirt? Was it just for the rape scene that you guys forgot that transition?
My rating has changed for this movie now. Damn it.
That's the only part that kills me. Because
you're right, actually.
You know, and the thing is, it would have only made sense for her to put on her skirt and roll the jeans up. You know, so she like blended in as if she was a part of the country with the clothing. Yeah. But you don't take your pants off. No, you make shit difficult.
I wouldn't, yeah.
You know, you put your pants on, wear your belt backwards. So it's a project to try to get into them pants.
Damn, Iris. That's a good point.
Rape protection, people.
Rape protection. Keep the pants on underneath, make it difficult.
Yes, right? And wear your belt backwards.
Okay, so yeah, like, I can't stress enough, like, the movie is hard to watch, but you want to know what's going to keep happening. You keep watching, even though you don't want to watch because there's a lot of uncomfortable moments. But Pierce Brosnan, loved his character.
Yeah.
I love that he wasn't all the way through the movie. I love that he popped in at key moments, you know. And, at the beginning when him and Kenny Rogers
yes, that
met
was
up with
funny.
them, right, to give them a ride.
And it's not the real Kenny Rogers, guys. It's
that's right.
An Asian from the country who loves Kenny Rogers and swears he looks like Kenny Rogers. And all his friends call him Kenny Rogers.
Yeah. So those two together were already, when they met them, you don't realize at the beginning because, you know, like the wife thought he was kind of just this hustler, shady. She didn't really want to get around him. She didn't really trust him. Right. But as you find out later, he is like a special ops person that was there to initiate things in the beginning and protect the Americans. Yeah. And so that's why he was there to offer them a ride and you know, just make sure they got where they need to get safely. And I like that. And then he shows up as it's all first starting at the hotel. And he disappears. And I was like, wait, where'd he go? Like, everybody went to the roof.
You see him as like, you know what? I'm going to go to a strip club. I'll be back.
Yes.
Like, he's like, drinking. I'm going to go get a piece of ass. And he just disappears.
He disappears. The riot starts. He shows up in the stairway, tells them to go to the roof, but then he doesn't. Yeah. And you don't see him again.
Yeah.
For a while.
So you think like, oh gosh, something must have happened.
I was like, why did they even put him in the trailer on the poster? I was pissed at first.
Yeah.
You know? I was like, why?
I was like, his scenes were just so scarce that I was like, he's not really a major player. But you didn't realize until, you know, you find out he's special ops. He's here to like alleviate the situation. So
he was out kicking ass.
Yeah.
You know, him and Kenny Rogers.
Kenny Rogers, yeah.
And I liked how they showed up at the end. Kenny Rogers, since he's a native, is dressed like them, so they believed that he was really one of them when he acted like he had Pierce Brosnan as, you know, captive. And then they both turn on the guys right before they rape the wife. So I'm glad that she didn't have to go through that. I'm glad we didn't have to watch her go through that.
Yeah, thankfully it stopped before it happened. Because I was also worried about the kids with that scene. Like, how do you sit there watching your mom being raped?
Oh, man. It's that hard.
Like, you're so young, you don't even know what sex is yet. So to watch, like, oh my God, okay, yeah.
So Pierce Brosnan, he popped up at a good time, and then you know he got them to safety for a night, got them to eat when they were eating. I was hungry. I knew they were hungry.
What did he call it? Something chicken.
I don't know, but it was.
Yeah, he told them that what they were eating was chicken, so the kids wouldn't freak out. And he told them, "Oh, it's sweet
they feed them
because they
raisins
feed them raisins to make it sweet." And it's so cute, the little story he gives the kids. Then you turn around and you see what's on the fire, and it's a dog.
It's a dead dog on the grill.
It looks like a chihuahua. It looked like my tongue.
But you got to do what you got to do. You know? Like, it's survival. If you don't tell me, I'm gonna eat it too.
And I'm not gonna lie, I've actually had dog.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
Yeah, I got to try it. It does taste pretty good. I got to try it when I was in Greece. And then when I found out what it was, I was highly upset and I cried.
You didn't know ahead of time?
No, I didn't know.
All right, so that's the thing. Like, if you don't tell me, I'm going to eat it. If it looks like some delicious cooked meat,
it looks like regular meat. It actually kind of looked like pork.
Right, and that's what the tray of meat they had.
So good. That's what it looked like. It looked like pork.
I mean, you know, anything you cook and season right, it tastes good.
Yeah.
You know, so.
I just. It's like, oh, Fido.
But let's talk about, you know, I like the way that Pierce Brosnan went out in the end. You know, he knew that if he didn't use his last breath to do something, they weren't going to make it.
Yeah. because there's one part after he, feeds them and finds them shelter. The rebels find out where they are and they're shooting at them, so they have to leave the building where they're seeking shelter at.
Sorry.
And right when he gets them out of the building, Pierce Brosnan gets shot on the side. They probably pierced the lung because of where they shot him. And with his last dying breath, there's like a truck with a rebel in it driving after the family. And you think at one point that he's dead after, Owen Wilson is like, no. But he just pops up like a daisy and he's like, oh, fuck, they're not going to make it. And pulls his gun from behind and just shoots the guy in the head and then gets run over by the truck because the truck goes out of control. Yeah. Which, let me tell you, he went out like a champ.
He did. And I loved him. I then was pleased at his role in the film at that point. I was like, okay, I love it. Because I'm a Pierce Brosnan fan,
Yeah, so am I.
Thomas Crown Affair is one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
But I don't want to get off track with that. But a lot of people are used to Owen Wilson in a comedic role and they have a hard time taking him seriously in anything serious because he hasn't done anything serious in a while. I know you and I were talking earlier about Behind Enemy Lines.
Yeah, that movie, if you haven't seen Behind Enemy Lines with Owen Wilson, that's a good movie. I really enjoyed it.
Pretty intense too. I didn't like the final scene, but we're not going to get into all of that with the tanks and stuff. But I feel like this one, he definitely is believable as the caring father and the threat situation. How... I love that. Remember the scene where they were hiding in the office and the little one said that she had to use the bathroom and they told her to go ahead and pee on herself, pee in her pants and she was like, no, she was about to cry. She was like, it's okay, it's time. And after she did it and started crying, he realized he needed to comfort them and he said, he just told, how much I really love you. Yeah. Like anybody else will probably just be like, okay, like, shut up, stop crying. We got to get the fuck out of here. Let's go. But he took the time to slow down and say, you guys know how much I love you. You know I love you. I love you. And then it was like, okay, thanks, Daddy. Yeah. And then they moved on. And I thought that he did a great job of playing the caring father, but he was also willing to cross a line to protect his family.
There's one part where he has to kill to protect his family. And the scene... I found it to be very moving because you see his wife just looking at him while he's killing the man.
Right.
And it's not like, he gets a gun and it's like quick and he just shoots them and then they just run. He had to do hand-to-hand combat and beat him to death. That's more personal. That takes a toll on a person that you're physically seeing the beating and the murdering that you're doing. To that person. It's not like, oh, you shoot a gun and you're not even really looking. If I got somebody, okay, let's just go.
Right. No.
It became more personal. And you see the blood splatter on him and his wife just looking like, oh my God. Like, it looked like she looked a little fearful of her husband, knowing that, that he was able to go that extra mile.
Right.
But then I like that finally she got her shit together. Mm-hmm. Okay, and she killed somebody herself.
She did the same thing by the end.
Them with a pole in the head until the guy was.
Right. It took longer for her to get to that point, but she did get there.
Yeah.
But what was powerful about Owen Wilson?
I would have been there. I would have been there from the get-go. When it comes to my kids, what?
Right. Yeah. Right.
Shoot your ass in the head.
What was powerful about him is that he didn't. That wasn't his first option. He tried to get the guy to be quiet. He said, "I have kids. And don't
please.
Scream." And then the guy still tried to yell, and he tried to stop him, and he eventually had no choice. It wasn't his first response. Oh, this guy's gonna snitch on us. Let me kill him. And I like that he tried to please, I'm begging you, my children. And the guy was like, okay. And then he started screaming again, and he was like, you know what? Fuck it. I was like, I would have killed him from the beginning. Ain't no negotiating. Your ass is that if it's me or you, best believe it's going to be you. I can proudly say that my wife would not have given me that look afterwards. Her first reaction would be like, where do we hide the body? So that's why we're married.
Yeah.
That's why we're together today. My wife is ride or die, literally.
Yeah, that's why I told my husband, I was like, if he was to ever come home to tell me something like that, it's like, that's okay, Papa. We burn it.
We stick it together, and we got to deal with it. And that's
ash that baby up and sprinkle it in the lake.
That's what
What body? Ain't nobody here.
Sprinkle in the lake. Sprinkle those chunks.
Yeah, what? Drive all the way up to West Palm. Nowhere near us. Start scattering the ashes.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So this movie, again, very intense. I loved it all the way through. It was hard to watch. Kids made things a little difficult sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, but
It's hard to get through that with children.
yeah, you can't really say how kids are supposed to act in a situation. I really don't know. Because at first I was mad, like, oh, why are you so stupid? But then, kids
you have
process
to remember,
stuff different.
Yeah, it's like they're children. This is not something typical
Right.
going through a war.
So
it's
nobody
not
really knows how to react.
typical. But the whole thing of not listening is what
It's frustrating.
is what's frustrating. It's like with mine, I just give her that look, and she just okay. Let me sit down and be quiet.
Yeah.
Okay, it's like for them, it's like you seriously have to talk to them like multiple times. I'm like, do you not whip their ass? Maybe you whip their ass. Maybe they just blink.
Maybe then they would be
They'd be
more
too scared
responsive
to
your
roll.
first word. Yeah,
exactly. Like, come on.
So I think we can go ahead and rate it now. I'd like to start with you.
Okay.
So out of the 10 scale, what would you rate this movie?
I want to give it like a 9.
Ooh.
Because I really, really enjoyed. I mean, some of the scenes were so violent, but I love violent films. I'm into all of that. And it kept me on the edge of my seat the whole movie. I mean, the only reason why I wouldn't give it a 10 is because it's like the children just really pissed me off. Like, that's what really killed me. I mean, I could understand them crying and being scared. Like, that's a normal response. But not listening is what, it's like they had no discipline. And it drove me nuts,
Right.
And, I mean, I've never been to Texas. I don't really know much. But for the individuals who I have met from Texas, like, growing up as a kid and stuff like that, like, I've always, been introduced as, out there they with a heavy hand with their children.
Right.
It's Texas. So, like, all the kids I've ever met, they've all been, very disciplined. A good handful of people from Texas that I have met. So when those kids were, like, so unruly, especially the oldest. I don't want to say too much about the youngest one, but the
Right.
oldest one, I was like, please just put the beats on her and maybe she'll act right. Somebody beat her. Somebody. Please.
Yeah.
Let's pause the movie and let me spank her.
Yeah, she
And then
definitely
let's
needed to
keep
be
it
checked
going.
a couple of times. She got
Yeah. I was just like,
I mean, in the beginning, she went down to the pool on her own.
on her own.
Like, it was like, where is she? I don't know. She just left. Like, what do you mean you don't know? She just left. Like, get your ass over here. And that's when the riots were
And
kicking off.
that killed me because the little girl was like, yeah, she just left. And why the fuck didn't you tell me when she was walking out the goddamn door?
Yeah, he was like, oh. Yeah.
Like, you know what? Her little sister would have got it too.
Yeah. Yeah, nah.
For not saying nothing, not saying being a snitch, but the safety of your sister.
Right.
If it's something that could be dangerous, we're in a foreign country and you see your sister just walk out the door all willy-nilly, like, you need to tell me something because you're gonna get your ass whooped too.
So you gave it a 9.
Yeah, because it was still a really good movie.
Even after the pants and dress debacle?
Yeah, because, I mean, it wasn't that serious.
Wasn't that serious for you?
Yeah, it wasn't that serious, with
Totally-
the screw up.
Totally bothering me right now.
Really?
As a writer
It's a
director.
movie.
I know, but
No, that part didn't really bother me. I would have to say it was mostly just the kids. Just the
Okay.
kids that were pissing me off.
all right. Well, I hope our human calculator is ready to throw out a number. I don't care if he's not on set, but he can still yell it to us. Because which I can do the math in my head actually, so the two of us.
Yeah.
But we're gonna let him yell out the number anyway. Still, but my rating, I'm gonna give it an 8.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it an 8. So, my reasoning for the 8, I loved it. It was edge of the seat. It was very intense, and there wasn't much that I didn't like about it. I mean, besides the kids, but I can't give it a 9 or better because of how intense it was. I don't think I can ever watch that movie again. So I want to praise it for what it is and give it an 8. But for me, a 9 or better is something I can watch repeatedly. And have you ever seen $1 Million Baby?
No, I have not.
Clint Eastwood directed it, and it had I don't want to say the name
Oh
wrong. But she
yes,
was
with
the
Hilary
boxer.
Swank, where she was
Yes.
and then she hits her head, and
She does.
that's right.
Okay.
That movie pissed me off. I was
Right.
only able to see it once, and I couldn't see it again.
That's how I feel about this one. Is even though I know there's a happier ending in this one, it's just hard to
yeah,
watch.
but those kids, that whole family is fucked for life. They're traumatized forever. Bitch almost got raped. This nigga had to kill somebody, and then
Right.
the youngest, the oldest daughter, almost had to shoot her dad.
Almost had to shoot him. Yeah, they almost made it
Yeah.
do that. So for me, it's too intense.
Yeah, that family's
so-
fucked. Like they're gonna need therapy for a very long time.
Yeah, I can't give it the anything better, not because I can't watch it again. That's how I feel. I mean, I
No,
love that
loved it.
movie,
I
but I can't.
loved it. I could see it again and again and again.
Yeah, definitely. So
8.5.
all right, so our rating then, Movie Lingo rating out of 10 is the 8.5,
Yeah.
which is very, very good. I recommend you watch it and just be warned, it is intense.
Mm-hmm.
Some of it's hard to watch. Don't close your eyes. It's good.
Yeah,
You know, I just don't know if you can watch it again like myself. But
it was good. I
It
know
was
that
good.
leaving the theater, there was a lady. She was like, "I just can't. It was just too violent for me." I was like, "Bitch, whatever."
I mean,
Yeah, there were a lot of people that that I heard them talking. Like they're like, "Oh my god, it was just so violent. Oh my gosh, it was just too much."
what did they expect?
I was like, It's
I mean,
they're
you
in a
don't- you-
foreign country. Like
If
you're
you're gonna,
American.
you know-
You're like a big old target. It's not like you can blend in.
yeah, you're,
You know,
and
it's like if
the country's going to overthrow the government. They got to do it with violence.
Yeah.
That type of country, anyway. They're not, protesting peacefully is not going to get them anywhere in the third or fourth world country.
yeah, what was country?
So I don't know what they expected, but that's
yeah.
cool. So 8.5 Movie Lingo rating. Give us your feedback when you do watch it. In your in the comments on the YouTube page or on the Facebook page. And yeah, so I think we can wrap this up really good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're good
alright,
to go.
yeah. So again, we are shooting out of Past, Present, Future in Davie, Florida, where they have all of the things that you can love: comic books, toys, pop vinyls, statues, shirts, everything. I
Yeah.
think you can even purchase Cody here or rent him at least. So you guys come check
Not
him out.
saying you'd want to, but
You know.
we're just mentioning it.
Just to throw it out there. And hit us up. Maybe you can come out when we're taping something. And again,
Stop. Please stop.
if you want to follow us on Twitter, we're at MovieLingo1. On Instagram at MovieLingo. The Facebook page is /MovieLingo. And our YouTube channel, of course, is MovieLingo. So
And my Instagram, BORI0889.
it's
If you
gonna
want
pop
to
up
friends me.
It's going to pop up like right here.
Yeah,
Maybe
you'll see it right
like right here. It's
Like
gonna
right
pop
here.
up while when you're talking to us, like yeah, just like that. I might even make sure I do it right there. So and yeah, we mentioned the Instagram and and the official website. If you're not a YouTube lover, you want to just go direct to the content. Don't have to worry about anything else popping up on you. MovieLingo.net. All right. So thank you for joining us for this Movie Lingo discussion. I'm Eddie Lingo,
I'm Iris.
and we'll see you on the next discussion.